Nini everyone, Zabora here. I hope you can hear me over the sound of the washing machine. It's pretty loud. It's just old. So I want to talk today about container magic, alright? So a little bit of the history of it first. Just about every type of magical tradition, no matter where it comes from, has some form of container magic. Whether that be the Egyptian sarcophagus and canopic jars, or the mojos of hoodoo, or the nation sacks of some Native American tribes, or the witch jars of England, or, the demon bowls of the Jewish tradition. Just about every culture has some form of container magic. So yeah, it really is kind of surprising about how every culture has basically the same concept. So when I was at Pagan Pride, they talked, or they didn't talk. They had a lot of jars magic, spell in a jars and things like that they had for sale, and no one ever really talked about the importance of the container. They just talked about, oh yeah, this spell does for this, light a candle over it, and that sort of thing. But that's not really the way that I was taught. The way that I was taught is if you're using something in a spell, it has a significance to it. Now, when it comes to jar magic, or really any spell that you're constructing, there's a certain way that you would do it in kind of like an analogy to the human body, okay? So you have your petition paper, which would go in here, which would be like the brains, the essence, the spirit, or whatever of the being you're creating. Then you would have the stones, the minerals and things like that would go in here, and then that would be the bones of your spell. Your liquids would be the blood of the spell. The herbs and barks and things like that would be the tissue, the sinew, things like that. And then, of course, the container, the thing that's holding it all together, whether it be a jar or cloth for a mojo or whatever, that's your skin. And skin's kind of important to humans. So, the way that I was taught, everything you choose has a significance to it. And the way that people were just kind of like, oh yeah, this is just this spell in this jar, and without any kind of oomph on the actual jar itself, was just not something that ever really sat right with me. So if you think about, let's say Egypt, okay? You have the pharaohs that are laid down in the coffin. The coffins are beautifully decorated. They have spells inscribed onto them. The canopic jars and stuff that were used for protection of the organs of the person being mummified, they all had inscriptions and stuff like that inscribed on them. Mojos. Some people who sell mojos or sachets, they will actually like attach a little charm or something to the outside of the container. Okay, so it's really, for me, I like to include things like see, this is cornmeal. Okay, it's got a diamond shaped bottle kind of thing going on, and the diamond is masculine. Corn to me is masculine, so I chose a masculine container for the cornmeal. My war water, okay? I've got red wax, oops, chipping off, but it's actually dripped down all over here in order to decorate my bottle. This one here that I've got, it's actually got, like, again, a little love charm. It's got shiny, sparkly stuff on it. It's got ribbons and stuff to make it look nice. And those are all things that you can add to make the container more beautiful, just to add a little extra symbology and stuff like that to your spell work. Like this one here's got actually the word love and some beautiful flowers on it. This one here that I just did as an example, alright, I've got name on it, and then again I've got the charm on it. It doesn't have to be a leaf charm, obviously. That doesn't really go with the spell. It was just something I had that I threw on there. I could have thrown an ankh or something on it. But to me, just doing this kind of stuff, it just adds a little extra chance to throw in some symbols, to throw in some good stuff on your magic and whatnot. So this is just a little box that I've got some stones and stuff in. This here's my little lion stone. My husband bought me this. And I've got little crystals and stones and stuff in it. But it's painted. There's a little extra symbology behind the green there. I could use it to hold money objects or something of that nature. So yeah, that's just a little bit of ways to add extra stuff to your magic, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. I haven't really been on or anything like that, so I'm a little kind of meh at this point. Getting over a pretty nasty cold and whatever, it don't matter. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight, guys. Synapte.